So as far as health effects go, really early on in the disaster, I got a chance to go down to the coast with Louisiana Press Association, and I was down with Bobby Jindal, our governor, and Billy Nungus, or if you know anything about the coast, you know him. But the problem was, like, BP basically took us out where what they wanted us to see, and I didn't feel like we saw some oiled pelicans, but I didn't feel like we got the really, I'm a journalist, and I didn't feel like we got the real human aspect. So I went back down that next week, and I got on a boat, a fishing boat with a man and his little boy, and we were tooling around out there for most of the day, and we came across, this is when the oil had just hit, it was all up in the marshes, and life there was gone, and there was no insects, and there's no birds, and it was horrible. But we came across a pelican that was struggling in the water, and we pulled him onto the deck of the boat, and we were going to try to get him back to Fort Jackson where they cleaned the birds, but it didn't take us very long to realize that he wasn't going to make it. He was convulsing, this little foot like this, and just me and the little boy and the fisherman, we sat and slowed the boat down, and we just sat together and cried a lot. The bird died in between us. The little boy, all he wanted to be was a fisherman, and the gentleman was a fourth-generation fisherman, and I'm the wife of an oil worker. And together we knew that our life had changed forever. Something between us had changed. Our relationship to the earth and our relationship to, well, who we thought we were. So I started being what you call an activist, I guess, and I started trying to document as much as possible, because I knew that they were lying. I knew that they weren't going to tell the truth, and I knew from other man-made disasters that eventually the press was going to go away, and we were going to be left to clean up this mess. So we started, me and my friend Elaine, we started documenting as much as we could. We went down, we talked to the oil commission, we talked wherever they'd let us talk. And but about maybe 2 months ago, I was sitting in a forum talking about the health effects, and since that time I went to Mississippi down on Deer Island, and I came back and I was the sickest I'd ever been in my life. I mean, in just like 4 days, it felt like I was breathing with just the very top part of my lungs. And I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, "You had the worst case of bronchitis I've ever seen." I said, "Doc, how did I get the worst case of bronchitis in 4 days that you've ever seen?" I said, "I think I was down on the coast, and I think I might have had some chemical exposure." And he said, "That's not it." I said, "No, really, I think it is. Can you give me the test I just want to see, I want to make sure." He said, "No. These doctors don't know anything about chemical exposure," and he refused to believe me. He refused to give me the test in the first place. My own health. I refused to I was denied that right. Mostly because he just doesn't know. Our doctors, what there are of them, have no idea how to deal with chemical exposure. Well, I did get over it. About a month and a half later, I was dizzy. I had a hard time breathing. I was ill. I took round after round of antibiotics, and it didn't go away. So, Louisiana Environmental Action Network was nice enough to give me the test for free. God bless them. So if you can go throw them a couple bucks, that's great, because they're the only people down there that are testing. It came back. I was 2.9 times for ethyl benzene, which is benzene breaking down in your system. I had hexane. All these other big words that I can't say because I'm not a doctor or a scientist either. But all I did know that, it's not good. This is a group of people walking around with tiny time bombs inside them. So I feel better now, but what happens 10 years from now? Am I going to be like the people of Exxon, the records of which they refuse to open for us so we can even see what's going to happen to us? 2 months ago I was at a forum, and there's this young, he's about 22 years old, he's sitting in a wheelchair right next to me, where Andre's sitting now, and he has a seizure. His hands are shaking the same way that pelican should, just like that. Go, just full circle. I saw the pelican, now I'm seeing the people. He's got lesions on his brain. He took the test. His levels are excessively high. Can we prove that came from the reason he's having these seizures? A perfectly healthy young man went to having these seizures. Can I, as a mom, prove that's why he's sick like that? No, I can't. But I know that after he swam in that water, he was fine until he swam in that water. And now he's having I'm seeing the same thing in this young man that I saw in that pelican. I'm not a scientist, but I'm not stupid. So I'm seeing small kids with lesions on their bodies. I'm seeing respiratory issues, liver failure, kidney failure, bleeding from ears, rectums. I'm seeing things, the problem is like there's no clear line of diagnosis. You know, your chemistry is different than my chemistry, so chemical exposure means you're gonna have different symptoms than I am because we're different. Some people go down there, they don't have any symptoms. They come back. It doesn't mean that they're not exposed. It doesn't mean they're not carrying those time bombs around I was talking about. What it means is they didn't get sick. This is a very difficult situation that we're in. We very well may have, through the use of those toxins, through the use of the dispersant that was put on top of the crude oil, we very well may have a generation of lost people down there. And I'm talking about from small children to old people that just absolutely can't breathe, don't know what's wrong with them at this point, and have no help. Because the CDC left in September and they haven't been back. They say call poison control. The poison control number's not out there for us. We don't have any access for it. That's not counting the mental health issues and PTSD. They lost everything they had in Katrina. It's still not cleaned up, still not fixed up. And now they're facing the oil crisis. It still hasn't gone away. They're lying to you if you don't know it by now. You know? This is really dear to my heart. It's dear to my heart because I have 6 kids, and honestly, they might lose their mother just because I was trying to tell the truth. That's right in America. That's what it's supposed to be like. Heck no, it's not. Do you know what the worst part of that is? Sucks to be me. I'm dead 10 years. Sucks to be my kids. They lost their mother. I'm talking about the 3-year-old that has 10 times the ethylbenzene level. He doesn't smoke and he doesn't pump gas. I'm trying to save that child's life. And he's not the only one. This walk was a rescue mission. Ain't no doubt about it. I'm not going against BP. I don't give a crap what happens to BP, and I'm not going against the government either. I'm for my people and for my Gulf. So I'd like to end up with action, so here's your action plan. Please go out and you tell everybody that you know that there's something definitely wrong with the waters and the people in the Gulf of Mexico, and you tell them to please stand up and to call their president and to call their representatives, and you tell them that they need to give a damn because you do. Please?
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much for being here too, because it warms my heart to know that there's somebody that cares. It warms my heart to know that I'm not alone. So, thank you.
Thank you.